Hi guys, welcome back to R5, your favorite podcast, your favorite show. It's your host, your boy Ian Kakoza, and my co-host
Noah Ajira as usual. And we have a few guests today.
Yeah, we have a few guests. It's that time of the semester, time of the year when people start putting on suits, ties. I sing a brand new tie,
Rolex
Watch,
Oxford.
No, we should just leave. It's the time of the year where everyone
lapel pins.
Yeah, it's time of the year at the university where everyone is greeting you. People you don't know are inboxing you. People are saying hi. People are so, I don't know what is it called, ambitious and friendly. It is the election time, and we have a few. I won't say they don't want to be called politicians. They want to be called who? Leaders. They say they want to be leaders, not politicians. Not them specifically, but intend. What does intendo mean, by the way, guys? Before that, let the guests first introduce themselves. Next to me is a colleague, a college mate, and he can tell you everything about him, the name, the course, your political affiliation, or political...
non-affiliation.
It's
up to you. All right, thank you so much for the opportunity granted. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Nasiro Alex. I'm in year 2 MBCHB. For those who don't know MBCHB, it's medicine and surgery. We are the guys who are doing 2 bachelors in one. Bachelors in medicine and another bachelors in surgery.
I hear that every week.
So
2 degrees. 2 degrees, man.
Yeah, so I'm actually so happy to be here today. I currently happen to be the general class rep of 23/U.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, Nasiro.
Yeah.
You are? It's always a class rep and someone else. Okay, let's chill.
Yeah, then I've also, I got an opportunity. Yeah, I've been in the 90th Guild House serving as a guild teller. But you know, every time I mention about the guild teller thing, everyone is asking me who is a guild teller, what do they do, and stuff like that.
Let me even write it down, because a guild teller.
So I feel like today this is the opportunity I should use to elaborate more about who a guild teller is and what they do.
Yes, thank you.
So as a guild teller, basically you are literally a personal assistant of the guild speaker. So you don't do a lot of stuff, but then you have to be there when sessions are ongoing so that you could help out where maybe moving a microphone to another person when they are deliberating on different matters of national importance in the guild sessions. Yeah. So
National importance.
yeah.
Stop there, national.
Yeah, so actually, currently I'm aspiring for GRC, School of Medicine. Though mine is beyond a campaign or an inspiration, and I might tell people it's a movement so that we have a better school.
First repeat that, Nasiro. First repeat that. It's a what?
This is a movement, and I call upon each and everyone under a School of Medicine.
In Uganda, they call it HC in there.
Yeah, so I'm leading a movement to see that we have a School of Medicine everyone dreams about. A School of Medicine whereby resources are shared equally among all students, whereby everyone's views and ideas are heard, respected and implemented. And there are several values I stand for. You know, I've served before, but then I feel like sometimes there are some positions which can't give you enough exposure for you to deliver what you wish to deliver to the bigger offices. You know, when you go to the dean's office and you're like, I'm a general class rep, they're like, first sit there and wait.
First wait.
But now when you come and you're like, you know, I'm here, I'm the GRC School of Medicine, and there's a way they can give you some more attention. Yeah, but most importantly, we are here today to discuss about the...
I'll bring the topic. Let's first start with the introductions, and I will lead. No, I'm skipping. You people know you.
I already introduced myself. So, what's up, everyone? My name is Adong Eric David, and currently I'm not affiliated with any political party.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I serve as the director of the Standing Committee on Medical Education under the Federation of Uganda Medical Students Association. And back here at the college, I serve as the sports secretary of MUMSA. And
which is?
Sports secretary of MUMSA, or the Makerere University Medical Students Association. And right now, I'm aspiring to become the chairperson of MUMSA.
Have you had the CV?
Had a CV.
The men here are very serious.
Barack Obama.
We have had several GRC races, and we had the one of last year. We had one of last year, which was between the two, which was so vigorant. Yeah. Honorable Anthea Mpaire and Honorable what? Nabukaru T. Deborah. It was a very serious race. Questioning about the politics at CHS College of Health Sciences. The college was no longer bringing what? The good president. Now we have one.
Yeah, two.
There are two.
You need to know about the second one.
Who is the second? First tell me.
Okay, who is the first one?
Who's the second one? We are not giving the conversation.
My assumption is only one president serves at a time, so I do not know.
No, the people who are coming from
aspirants.
the college. The college. You're asking me who is the second?
Who is the first one?
Who is the first one? The first one is, I've forgotten the name. He's affiliated to NOOP. Or they are both?
Both. I think both are affiliated to NOOP. But I don't know whom would you take as your second one and first one. It's upon
the first and second, I don't mean who I prioritize first one.
No, like whom,
the one I know.
No, yes.
The one I know, let me get that name. I think he's attached to Livingstone.
You know, by the time you have to check for his name.
Yeah, I was not over focusing, but I saw some guy with a red cape. And they were like, oh, we have gotten a guild. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I hear there are how many? 1 billion of them. You know that name. Help me with the name.
Oh, it's Job Mugabe.
Mugabe Job.
Yes.
MBCH before.
Yes.
And the other one is what? Is who?
Another one. I think I also have to check for the name. I also have to check.
But anyway, we won't judge you for not knowing, because that's not really your arena. You're focused on
who will we endorse as College of Health Sciences? Because now, Kati, we thought we had two. We had one guild president. Me, I didn't know that name, but I was ready to what? To power the body. But now there are two. Again, we have to undergo the stress, division of labor, the scramble and the partition. You see, so what do you think is the future of College of Health Sciences politics?
Now, regarding the guild race, the previous election, what really hit us as a college is that we were so divided.
How many were we?
We again had two candidates. We had three actually, which really divided us. We had Ikemeri, we had Vitali, and who was the third?
Gundi.
Kaseke.
How can you forget Kaseke?
So
even both comes from him.
Yes, I do have some stuff. So yeah, that really
Who's the third one? Who's the third one?
No, the name wasn't on the fingertips.
He wasn't even the fingertips.
So yeah, it really divided us as a college, and I think for this time to really stand a good chance at having somebody represent the college, we should sort of have college primaries of sorts. So that these two guys can tell us what's up about them, and as a college we get to pick let this guy be the one to represent us.
Okay, for the case of time, I will summarize the questions. First, some will be about CHS and the other will be some international incidences which have happened and have affected our own country here. And since you are aspiring health practitioners, because you're not yet, are you? No, soon. I like the energy. The guy is so optimistic. Okay, so the next thing, who is a GRC?
GRC. Okay.
Because some people hear GRC.
By the way, it's a really serious question.
It's a serious question.
Is it an initial? When you try to fill it in, you're like, GRC. Is that a council?
No, okay.
Why didn't they say GCR? What's going on?
Or RCG.
RCG.
Why not G?
Why?
No, you're stupid.
No. Honestly, this is something. The first time I heard that word, that's what went into my mind. GRC, what do they even mean? So up to now, I do not know why. So you guys can.
Who's a GRC?
Yeah, okay. So a GRC, first of all, the word GRC in full, it's Guild Representative Councillor.
Oh, councillor.
Yeah.
Not council.
That makes sense.
Oh.
So, however, some people prefer calling it a guild council representative. That's why.
Oh.
That's what they
Now, me, I always knew they are
Why
guild
did
council
you see
representatives. So I was wondering, why are the guild council representatives called GRCs? So this is the first time you're the first person to solve that mystery.
So what is their role?
Yeah, so the role
Mr.
of a
Nasiro.
GRC, like GRCs have a group of people they represent, whereby we have a guild house, which is, should I say, similar to the Parliament of Uganda. So it's where different legislators sit and discuss some matters of university importance, if I'm to say that. Although sometimes you have to go ahead and talk about matters of national importance. But basically, the role of the GRC is you have to listen to your people and your constituency. For example, constituencies, we have schools.
School of Medicine, our constituency represent.
So that's the constituency I want to represent. And my basic role is I have to come on ground, listen to people, have their views, have their ideas. You go and present them on the floor of the guild house. So those views have to be listened to. For the last 1 year I've been in the guild house, I came to realize how important student leadership is. That's why I implore people, all the voters, to really pay a lot of attention as far as these elections are concerned. You know, some people tend to not care about politics. They're like, you know, for me, I hate politics.
I don't care.
I just have to read my books and keep quiet. But then
And get a CGP.
it will come back to you at the end of it all. It will come back to you. Yeah. Because now we formally had that private student school fees policy. Yeah, you people can't know how much influence student leaders have on that policy.
Assure me.
Yeah, that policy is brought to the guild house and it has to be discussed. And whatever they discuss there is really very important.
But the good president always ends up signing.
Yes. So the good president
He has
had
been signing for
had,
years.
and he dodged all the sessions which were you know, like dodging all the sessions where the thing had to be discussed.
He dodged them.
Yeah.
Maybe he was busy because I saw him in America.
So those are the things where
Washington DC. He was doing some serious guild president
Yeah,
stuff.
we can't speculate.
We don't know. Do you know where he was?
Of course not.
He's a busy man.
No,
he was
but
there, pictures, University of Ovichi.
that is true, but then when you see now when people are coming to look for votes, that's why I was one day a voter. Okay, I'm still a voter, but then the challenge during such a season, we really face a lot of hardship to decide who is the right person, and the reason is during this season every person is nice. Someone will come give away, it's like, and then you're like, oh,
During this season,
every person seems to be a good leader.
sweet.
People will get you apples.
People have
are
greeted us in
sending
the
you
group.
morning every day.
Did you sleep
Good
well?
afternoon. How are you?
Good
Have a nice
afternoon.
lunch.
Did you eat?
Have you had breakfast?
Are you breathing?
So like you get confused. You're like, who is the right person?
Who's the right? Because
Who is
love
right
is
person?
everywhere.
Hey, love is everywhere. Yeah. Love is everywhere. People are promising you heaven and earth. So it takes critical analysis for a voter to come to a conclusion.
So you're telling your voters to take critical analysis.
Yeah, I normally tell people to be so critical in their deciding who is to represent them, because whoever person you decide here, when he or she goes the other side, they assume he's representing the whole constituency. So now, personally, I represent 3 courses. That is BM1, MBCHB, and BSLT. Yeah, which is radiography, speech and language therapy, and medicine and surgery. So when I go in the guild house, I'm one person, but they are seeing approximately 900
students.
Yeah, of School of Medicine. So whatever I say out,
that's a good amplification. Have you heard that man?
I've heard.
So
this man is not easy.
So whatever I say out, whoever is listening to me is listening to 900 students, because they feel like I had to go consult them, get their views, then come and represent them here. That's why, to a given extent, as a leader, you have to adjust, because we have ambitions. Personally, I have a manifesto, which I'm sure one day, if maybe the hostess talk about our manifestos, I could address it, and I'm addressing it to very many people out there.
Okay.
But then, this ambition, like when you have your ambitions for GRC, they shouldn't be personal ambitions. This is a shared goal whereby everyone's views have to be welcomed and incorporated. And otherwise, if it was a personal goal, then I would be chasing it alone. But I have a team. I have a team of people.
Okay, Mr. Nasiro. We shall get back to you. You have told us about the GRC, and beyond the GRC.
Yeah, he has explained the history, the structure.
The structure.
So let's pose our next question to our guest.
Briefly, Mr. Eric, stroke aspiring doctor, sports secretariat, Mumsa. This man.
The CV was too long.
Then you were what? Forgive me to be so forgetful, Sensei, but
an advocate as well.
An advocate. Okay. What does the chairperson of MUMSA do?
First of all, MUMSA is a body that encompasses all the medical students at the college. So that's those doing MBCHB, medicine and surgery. So as the chairperson of MUMSA, I represent the views of every medical student at Makerere, not only at university level, but also at national level, and even international level, because MUMSA is under FUMSA, which is Federation of Uganda Medical Students, and other FAMSA, for African Medical Students, and then IFMSA, which is the International Federation of Medical.
We have even the international.
Yes, we
Federation
do.
of Medical Students.
Yes, we do.
Of medical students.
Yes, we do.
We have a body which combines the international.
Yeah, we do have an international.
Why?
How is that even organized?
I don't even understand.
There are
How?
some
Why?
Ugandans involved.
Yes, there are some Ugandans involved. I think you know Vivian Navisere. She's represented us at many international events, but through the pathway of AMR. That's that
antimicrobial resistance.
Yeah, so it's really something.
Antimicrobial resistance, like we are fighting.
Yeah.
You know, you Ugandans, when you get stomachache, you swallow. You swallow what? Fragile amoxicillin. You just swallow, and you don't finish that dosage. Then you are treating something different, so the bacteria end up being resistant, and you don't. It's a serious thing, by the way.
Then you go
because
to hospital and find no.
Do you know you can be in the hospital and the only issue you have is a bacteria, but you can't heal, and you die. You die. If people are there joking, Staphylococcus, these guys.
Indeed, it's worthy of a whole club.
It's really.
There's a whole club
just
in
to fight
Makerere
that.
Just to fight that. Can you imagine?
And this guy is part of.
You are the leader.
Aren't you?
No, I'm not the leader.
The leader is Anthony Empire.
I thought that was also
no, the current leader of AMR is still Vivian, though.
Nabisiri?
Yeah. I think they will have some elections soon. But yeah, AMR and MUMSA are kind of very interlinked. So MUMSA not only we not only have a role to the students, but also the community. We do take part in medical camps. Recently there was a Guild Health camp, and as MUMSA we had members taking part. Then we also have national medical camps. So we not only have a responsibility to the students, but the community as well.
Okay. Are you opposed or non-opposed?
Yes, I am opposed.
You're opposed?
Yeah.
Wafu. You know me, I've not been what? Posting you, what? I thought you were unopposed. You know me, this race, I decided to get my guns and take them back to the what? To the sub-county, Emundu, okuziza kugombolola. No, I don't. Is it to coaching? Nakola nyo. That race was so tough, man. Yeah, I really felt it, and I needed some rest.
Even that's why on the side
after spinning chairs.
You don't have video of Auntie saying hi, GRC, what? And you see the chair turning. I was under there.
The chair wasn't turning. The guy was under the chair spinning it. I wish I had filmed him.
No, I was holding the a lot of cinematography.
Someone was there holding a placard.
It was like we're shooting Titanic or Avatar or something, because the cinematography and the videography was serious. The memes, I became the meme lord.
You really loaded enough memes. You are like, wow.
So you are like, I've hung up my boots now. Politics is something else.
Something else.
Yes,
so Mumsa, you guys are affiliated with Africa and International.
Yeah.
Let's go call international for issue of time. So you are medical students, and we have a very serious man. He's an engineer, but well versed with politics, I'm sure. Politics and current affairs, and the guy just reads anything in existence. Okay.
That's an exaggeration.
So 2 months back, was it 2 months back? When His Excellency Donald Trump, the president of United States
that should be a blooper. The way he started it, His Excellency Donald Trump, President of
United States. What?
You really took.
I just have a vision to unite the states of Africa.
You can't wait. You can't wait to have that.
Well, that's a dangerous vision. The other people have tried.
Don't even think of it.
Never
I don't want. I still want to live. Okay. His Excellency Donald Trump, USA, stopped aid. USAID and what IDI, Infectious Disease Institute. There are 2 in Africa, I hear, and one is here in Makerere, the other one is in Mulago.
Really?
Yes. There are 2 ideas in Africa. One is here and in Makerere.
Or maybe when you mean like IDI Institute.
That institute.
Yes,
that's
itself, but that's not necessarily a mark of distinction. I thought the distinction was that it's the type of facility that it is I don't know. That you have like a way of categorizing them.
No, I'm talking about the border. Is it a border as USAID or something? IDI.
No.
I think it is under USAID.
It's under USAID.
Yeah, it must be a
It's also still under USAID. But under infectious, infectious. So that's why it was affecting IDI at once.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys, what's your views? First of all, what's your views about this? What is the future of Africa with this? What are the lessons we need to learn from this? And let's start with what are our views. We'll start with Mr.
Okay. So first of all, regarding
do you find it okay or not okay?
I find it okay. He was within his own right.
Okay, tell us.
Yes. So first of
the man has said is okay.
USAID was something that was set up by an executive order by JFK in 1961.
Oh.
No,
I didn't know that.
At that time,
John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
The one they assassinated?
Yes,
May his soul rest in.
Yes. Now, at that time...
No, I don't laugh, man.
At that time, the USA was in a Cold War with the Soviet Union.
Yes.
So, there was growing Soviet influence across the world. So, so that the USA could also grow its influence to that level, USAID was set up to grow United States foreign policy. So it was mainly dealing in things like vaccine research, drug research, things of that sort. Politics.
Political?
Yeah.
How political?
Yes. How political? It has funded directly or indirectly some of the uprisings in certain
countries.
Yes, that's all US foreign policy. So here it's mainly been in our health sector. So USAID has mainly been affecting our health sector, vaccine research and all. And now, when AIDS came up in 1989, I don't know who the US president at the time was, but they came up with a presidential emergency, that PEPFAR, presidential emergency plan for AIDS relief, something like that. And so now some of the USAID money was channeled through that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's your view about this? Do you think we are going to undergo a catastrophe? Is it going to be catastrophic, and at what level, what grading on a scale of 10? And what do you think could be the solutions to this? Because I also give my views.
Yeah, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it like a 4.
Huh?
4?
Yes.
4 out of 10?
I would give it a 4 out of 10.
That's how dangerous it's going to be?
A 4 out of 10, yeah.
Why?
To say it would be a catastrophe would be maybe overstating the problem. I think it's kind of like...
What do you mean overstating the problem?
Yeah, it's mainly funding, the guys that have been receiving ARVs. There are about 1.4 million Ugandans that have been...
1.4?
Yeah, about 1.4 million that are on earth currently. So I would say we shall have some form of recession, and it has happened. We've had health workers being laid off. Some
internship.
Interns are still there.
And then also, I'm curious, what effect do you think this would have, like, on the cost? It would no longer be free, no more free ART therapy, or what?
This guy sells ART. He's going to make money. 4 out of 10, bro.
No, just 4 out of 10. What would the price be like?
Yeah, why I say 4 out of 10 is because it's given us an opportunity to reevaluate our priorities and put our money where it's actually meant to be. We can't be having a defense budget of whatever much it is compared to health, and yet, man, we're one of the leading guys in incidents of
So
AIDS.
it is a wake-up call?
It's a wake-up call. That's why it's a 4. Yeah.
Okay. Noah, what do you think about
personally, though I hate to be the devil's advocate and take the opposite view. But okay, in my opinion, of course it's within their rights to revoke whatever program that they run, but I believe they have a moral responsibility to run some of these programs. No. It's not, of course, no one can enforce that. They're superpower, so there's no global police that's going to come at them for saying, oh, you didn't give people aid. But out of the spirit of humanity, as a country with their budget is trillions of dollars, just their military alone takes up like $1 trillion worth of budget. Just their military alone. A few $1 billion, which they used to fund USAID. I bet USAID takes how
about
much?
350 million.
350 million here.
US dollars, no, USAID.
Globally.
Yeah.
That's a drop.
How much?
In the ocean.
About 350 million.
Dollars?
Yeah, it's really a very significant drop.
So it's not like they spend a lot on whatever. And aren't we
But I believe they say budget maybe 350 million is the Ugandan one, because that's a small amount.
Is mainly USAID, but their foreign policy is beyond USAID.
Of course, they say they spend like on aid, even if they spend like 100 billion. The amount that they are cutting off from us, USAID, which helps us with our ARVs, saves lives. Sometimes they fund programs on malaria, on whatever. Also,
free mosquito nets.
But did they really say cutting off, or they're just reviewing for some time?
They say they're reviewing. They're reviewing, but that's what they're heading towards. Because right now they can't say we've cut off everything. But if you look at their domestic political situation, and then you look at currently how they always have a budget where they're in deficit. By like trillions of dollars. So they're under pressure to really show results. So they will just see us as a non-essential spending thing, but they really have that moral responsibility because they are rich because of the third world, partly. There are parts of the third world which are impoverished because of them, like directly because of them. For example, the DR Congo. That was our last episode.
Yeah.
I rest that squarely on them. If they hadn't...
In the USA?
Yes, if they hadn't supported a coup to prevent Lumumba from getting into Soviet orbit, that country could be stable. Then they supported a kleptocrat for decades, and he robbed the country dry.
Wasn't Lumumba directly linked to Belgium?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
It was a conjunction of American, Belgian interests that got him deposed and killed. Then they replaced him with Mobutu, who was in their pocket. And the country just crashed and burned for decades, and it has never recovered. And the same story is repeated all over the third world, all over South America, all over Africa, everywhere. Even in the present day, modern times, they've destroyed countries, like say Libya, which was no longer third world. It was a developed country. It's
NATO.
back.
Was it NATO?
So they really have a moral responsibility, partly, for being the global policeman.
They are in debt.
They should also...
No, they are in debt with us. It's like they are in debt with us.
No, it's not a debt we can uphold. So.
No, they took us, enslaved us. Built
you
their
are not
communities.
enslaved.
Okay, my whatever.
Your ancestors were not.
Okay.
We are here in East Africa.
You never know they took my ancestor's brother.
Yeah.
I'll be with a more cooler family around, bigger right now, but we are few because one day they crossed what? If I'm Kakoza, they crossed some Luchams across the ocean. Either Luchams or Katongole. And started working for free. So giving us aid, as you said,
they should do that because they are the global policemen. They do whatever they want. Their ships are everywhere. They drop bombs on everyone. So at the very least they can do is give
us some chance.
$100 million worth of aid to buy ARVs and stop a disease that is a problem for the entire globe, not just them.
Which has a conspiracy.
And let's leave along the conspiracy theories there. But if we don't fight these diseases with a concerted global effort, and if
they'll
the disease,
keep on spreading.
Say the high HIV prevalence is in South Africa or Uganda or wherever, and in USA we have less than 1%, so what do we care? If you ignore it, and you're the one who has the money that can do something about it, these countries are impoverished. Though we say our military budget is so high, our total budget is a drop in the ocean. Our economy is so small. The California economy is bigger than the entire African economy.
What?
Yes, California, one state of the US. So to them
it's bigger than the entire African.
Yes, the whole Africa.
I need a passport.
Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, everything. GDP wise. So
Sudan, even
it doesn't make sense to them. That's nitpicking. If they really want to cut costs on something, they can. They really have a bunch of dead-end projects they are funding. They design like 10 new warships every day. Then they don't manufacture them. They buy planes
so they can just
millions.
Divert the
they can make their government more efficient without cutting on some things that give them goodwill globally, and also things that are the responsibility of the global policeman.
Okay.
Yes.
Global policeman is USA.
Yes.
No, you've entitled them as global policeman.
No. That's what people call them. So it's not.
That's what they are called. What do you think about the USAID?
Okay. Yeah, I've had views from our other two comrades. So I think it's time I also say something.
Yes, now, it is time.
You say United States urges for international development. So like the way Honorable Eric said, it was 64 years ago when USA came up with USA. Yeah, so it came out as, should I say, a body to house several forms of aid which USA was giving to very many countries. Because when I had this USAID thing, I had to go ahead and find out more about USAID and stuff like that. So I came to realize that USA is funding over 100 countries like in the world.
How many countries do we have in the world?
They're like 192.
And they, out of 192, they're supporting like 100.
Yeah, about 100 countries.
That's a serious impact.
And then I was looking at their budget and the current information, because their website was dissolved of late.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, it was dissolved.
What? Elon Musk dissolved
Yeah,
the US?
they don't have a website.
He closed the website, he shut down everything.
Because last time I checked, like 3 weeks back, it was Trump everywhere on the website. Then afterwards, they dissolved it.
Yeah, they dissolved it just like one.
Elon Musk.
So I was trying to
We
follow.
shall talk about that later. It is
So
getting
pathetic.
out of hand. It is now crazy. Like Elon Musk, like what is he? Okay, I know what he is, but
What is he in the US government?
what?
Indeed, it's shocking.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
that's the next thing, by the way, we are going to talk about. Let me cross out this one, and I cross out this one too, and this one. Okay, you can continue. Because wow.
Yeah, so they have been spending about 50 billion US dollars in their funding like globally, because the impact of USAID is not actually in Africa alone, though Africa seems to be more susceptible, but there are even other countries beyond Africa which are suffering the same way we could be suffering, specifically as Uganda. So what we have to know first of all, before we go on, is USAID has been funding several programs. We shall start from health, where we have AIDS, we have talked about tuberculosis, malaria, and several other research and stuff like that. However, they also fund education, they fund politics, like the way my colleagues have talked about them already. So they have really been of great impact. However, personally, I would look at it in a two-sided way. It has advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, right. We have been benefiting, and I was reading, and they were saying Uganda has been receiving 471 million US dollars per year. Yeah, funding their health sector mainly.
471
million US dollars. And even before they closed the website, the current plan was to increase Uganda's funding to 950 million US dollars, which is almost 2 times the budget of Ministry of Health, which Uganda allocated, because the budget is approximately 3.0 trillion Ugandan shillings, which was allocated in the 2024-2025 financial year to Ministry of Health. But now these guys had a plan of funding our health sector with money which is 2 times what our own government allocated.
Though I want to interpose briefly, though this might seem like large sums to you, on an American scale, $1 billion is nothing to them, pretty much.
to them, but to us it was helpful.
For us,
so there's
$1
an
billion
impact.
is a big deal to us, but to them, it's nothing at all.
Yeah, actually, I was listening to Trump's speech, which he made on 20th of January, 2025. And when he reached the issue of USAID, he was like, it's time for him to put America first. He came with an America first agenda. So he quoted it very well and said, they are going to spend money on projects which have tangible benefit to Americans.
But that guy,
so
is America second or third?
Leave that alone.
Is it
in my
fourth or
opinion,
fifth?
as he says, America first. How is USAID not America first? In my opinion, that's America first. You know, when they started shutting down the agency, people went on Twitter, and these people from the Gen X people were talking about how one of their old memories was there are certain tins of oil, I think sunflower oil from USAID, which they had in their homes. And that's what they know USAID for. And they are so fond of USAID and they can't believe it's gone. So imagine all the people who were starving and were fed in famines or what. And all of the current soft power USA has, people believe USA is the good guy. When you're watching movies, you're rooting for the Americans.
The Americans,
so
you don't like
is
the
it
terrorists.
not American interest, America first?
Have you watched those Commando
for you
movies?
to be loved? Yeah?
They show one Commando of America.
Because, okay, me personally, I'm just viewing it from, say, trying to see if I was an American. From the American perspective, I don't see how USAID is not America first. It is the
everywhere. You would see it everywhere.
Of America first.
So you feel Donald Trump was irrational?
Yeah, I believe, of course, it's rational that they have to cut spending for their government because the deficit is really massive.
Okay.
But where they are cutting funding,
in fact, let's go straight to the question and you add on whatever you're saying. Recently, off the camera, we were in the room and we were having an argument of, we should be worried about Donald Trump. You remember Noah?
Yeah.
Noah and the rest of you. What do you think is the future of the world? Is political stability, economy, and when America is under Donald Trump is what? Governance. I feel like I'm not so scared, first of all. Yet now what Elon Musk is doing is it's kind of scary. Yeah? But first of all, I had to. I was mostly on one side. My one side was that we are not going to. First of all, the aid thing. I really didn't care so much because yes, they have been aiding us, but we need to aid ourselves, man. Like,
but keep in mind
we should be patriotic. We should,
if we are going to, so you're saying we could have helped ourselves, but keep in mind what he said. The budget which we could afford as a country to put towards health was only half what they were giving us for health interests. Just so that means that our health budget will effectively be slashed by a third. There are things we will stop funding completely. Things we take for granted, like
internship.
Those ARVs.
Leave internship.
It is.
You've been to clinicals.
Yeah.
We won't say.
Go ahead.
We won't say anything. But you know what happens.
Yeah.
I take gloves. I take what? So if I imagine the health sector budget being cut off like to a half or to a quarter, would there be health, man? Okay, but I don't know. Do we, as a country, do we prioritize health?
Can I answer your first question?
Yes.
You've asked about the future of political stability of the world in the face of the recent wins of Trump. I have noticed, I don't know if you're also seeing it, there is a sort of shift in unrest from the Middle East. The Middle East, there's still unrest, but it's now started brewing up even in Africa. If you look at DRC, it's a situation that's all around the Eastern DRC and what. If you look at South Africa, there's also some bit of unrest. There's countries that have been constantly in a state of unrest that we've stopped reporting about them. Mozambique, Sudan. They're just.
Can you believe Mozambique? I very forgot.
Mozambique. What?
And now.
Do you know I had even forgotten that Mozambique is under unrest or something?
Yeah, it's been there and it still continues.
Remember Central Africa, Mali, Chad,
Somalia.
That entire
Somalia as well. And God forbid, but I mean, signs are also telling that even us here, we could be headed in that direction. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. It's so entertaining.
Look at it. Because of Donald Trump, we are not saying because of anyone here.
Donald Trump.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so you think there's going to be an unrest, but I feel like it will happen, but I feel like the Americans are democratic. He won't come back and we'll move on.
Yeah, well, you see what's causing that? Again, these same cuts. You know, when you cut, you're reducing the budget, and now it's going to be a thing of survival of the fittest. And so that's how unrest comes in. The one with the biggest spoon is the one that's going to what?
Only the strongest survive.
Only the strongest.
By the way, interestingly, you might think of this as people think American influence, they forget American influence is everywhere.
Yeah.
America has so much intelligence. Sometimes they call us and they say, there are terrorists going to attack you. They are planning
But
to
how
attack
do they
you.
know terrorists are going to Somalia?
Our phones, all their software is worked on in America. Our phones were designed in America, all of them mostly. Your iPhone, your Google Android, your Pixels are designed in America. They know. The social media platforms you use, the technology you use, telephone networks, SIM cards, everything. So it's their system and you're just borrowing it. So
they can tap into it.
Yeah, they'll find it easier.
But there's when FBI came to look for Connie. Maybe Connie doesn't use phones. He's still using smoke signals.
He's a traditional guy.
He's using smoke signals, drums.
But imagine FBI was looking for you here. They would find you in one day.
Me, I can be found easily, man.
Exactly. Or me.
Also,
or anyone.
I'm there on social network,
You're on YouTube.
Hi guys, what's up?
But Connie is not on YouTube. Connie is not making phone calls. So, yeah, he can't.
Connie could be a farmer somewhere in Congo.
But imagine even someone who avoided phone calls, he avoided internet. Bin Laden. They managed to track him. In Pakistan, he was hiding.
In a cave.
He was in a country where he thought, he even moved from where they thought he was in Afghanistan. So he's like, nah, they'll think I'm in Afghanistan with my homies. So he's like, I'm going to Pakistan instead. He built walls which are so high. He never came out. He used to send couriers who he writes something or tells them by word of mouth. They go give orders, come back to him, secret passwords, what? They found him.
Did he stay close to the border?
But where was he getting the money?
He was already wealthy.
He was already rich.
He was from a rich family.
Yeah, a rich Saudi family. They found that guy. So if they can...
president? No.
Saddam Hussein was.
Yeah, Saddam Hussein was the president.
So such a guy who really tried so hard to hide, if he was found, they can find you.
So it's easy to know ADF is about to bomb Al-Qaeda.
Yeah,
Al-Qaeda are using Android. They're even updating software.
So they actually, if they consider you an ally, there's a lot they will do for you. So maybe because we are not, of course, embedded in the state or something, we don't know what goes on. Who knows how many times they call like intelligence services here,
to tell them,
and they're like, this and this is going to happen. Watch out, or in other countries. All that runs on their budget.
America being involved
is a good thing.
It's a good thing. But people have been saying it's a bad thing. I tell they should leave Congo. I tell they should leave what? I tell Lumumba.
No. They've made bad choices.
Do you think we still need the Americans?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I feel like we need Americans.
Because you enjoy those movies.
No, but...
Because remember they said no more Hollywood to Uganda. Noah would riot, I'm sure. Bwambale would stop working.
Yeah.
So what you think we still need?
Yeah, like I feel like we need them, though not so much. Because, you see, this outing of USAID should have come up. I believe it came up as a wake-up call for Africans to wake up and realign our allocation of resources and our vision, like where are we looking, like where are we going as Africans. Because I feel like these guys have been helping us now, $471 million US, but then if you look at the impact created on our health sector, you go to Mulago, you still find things are not so well as compared to the amount of money, grants, the budget, what we are receiving here. So you come to realize that
our money vacated.
No, this tiny bottles of putting in.
Yeah.
The red top, blue top.
Yeah, you can say that still they are giving us money, but still our health sector is not yet there. So meaning, like the chronic voice of Uganda is known. I'm sure I also know it. That's missing.
What is the chronic vice of Uganda?
Of course, I know it, but
I
don't want the conversation to veer.
This vice has been fought by the state itself.
Oh, okay.
Everyone has fought corruption. Remember when our president worked against corruption? We walked away from where was it from? He worked from State House along Parliamentary Avenue. Yeah, so corruption is the vice.
Yeah.
And I think,
but that aside,
well, I think,
I'm leaving that aside.
No one can put things aside.
No. But honestly, it's a connected point.
I feel like where did the scouting groups go in high school? Yeah, like we used to have scouts, what. I'm talking about patriotism. I think we are lacking patriotism. They think of teaching patriotism at Nkumba University. Did you see the thing which happened? The guy is already like me, or someone who's like 30 years old. Can you really teach them patriotism? They're even tired. They have families. They have what? But we Ugandans, we grow up when we are non-patriotic. I feel like we are missing that point, and if we are patriotic, I think corruption would be less.
But
we would love our country.
That aside, may I have a certain viewpoint. I believe corruption is everywhere. And Elon Musk announced that they found millions of people over the age of 130 who are eligible to receive social security benefits. Yeah? That's similar to, say, like pensions and that kind of stuff. That's social security. So imagine, we already know that in the entire world there are like, I don't know, maybe 20 people beyond this age. But in the American social security system, active numbers belonging to people who are alive are already millions above, say, 130. There's even one who is 300.
Guys.
Yeah. Elon Musk joked while he was sitting next to the president that something about, I think maybe vampires are real, like Twilight is real or else.
There's someone who has 300 years.
So corruption is everywhere. That's true. In USA as well. So when you look at our healthcare system where you're saying things are inadequate and so on, I gave you an example of California being bigger than the entire African economy. Yeah. Its GDP is more than the GDP of Africa. When you look at
stop saying that. Whenever you say
when you look at what California spends on health,
I feel like, wow, what am I doing?
Spends on healthcare.
Do I deserve this tie?
Even if we use,
I should donate this money to Karamoja.
Yeah. Leave that aside. Even if we spent with 1,000% efficiency, of course,
we wouldn't.
We would still not have a good healthcare system. There are fundamental changes we need to make to become a developed country.
Actually, yeah. Recently, when we were celebrating 100 years of College of Health Sciences, Makerere Election, Okujanja Babantu, hello. So we were celebrating 100 years last semester, isn't it? And there's a doctor, I've forgotten the name, and even if I knew the name, I wouldn't disclose because he hasn't consented to be talked about.
To be quoted.
So he said during that seminar, there was a seminar they organized celebrating where we had even some Asian, I think he's Asian doctor who studied in Makerere. He's a senior doctor he's like 98 years, but studied here. He came back, he was so surprised. He was there, with his hobbies. So they say that even if Uganda had all the money and they deployed all health practitioners, all of them with all the money is there, we are pouring, everyone is employed, whether certificate, what doctors, we still have a lack of, did he say 370,000? Like we still won't have enough. So that's how I'm defending your whatever.
Yeah, for the population we have.
For the population, even if we employed everyone, we would still lack.
Okay.
So this thing of the doctors are so many, no, we are not. We are not. I don't think we are so many.
You're too few.
We are very few compared. The doctor to patient ratio is around 1 to 2,000. 20,000. 25,000.
And the recommended is?
One doctor has to work on 25,000 patients.
So what's the recommended ratio?
Is it 1 to what? 100? 1,000?
I think it's 1 to 1,000.
Recommended.
So in reality, by the way, our problems in Uganda and Africa in general and the developing world are very fundamental. Like there are things that need to be changed.
It is 1 to 25.
But I don't believe the simplification.
1 to 25.
I don't believe this simplification people have, where they say that if we eliminate all waste and corruption, certainly everything will be fine.
We are on to 25,000 right now.
No, actually, to me, I feel like
very few.
It makes a lot of sense because I feel like we have little money, fine. But then there are vivid examples, like our neighbors around who are also failed African countries whose budgets are not so much.
But they are at least progressing.
But they are better. Look at countries like Rwanda, Kenya, our neighbors. So I feel like you can't say that.
I would argue that some of these countries are paper tigers.
So
what do you mean paper tigers?
Like it's like paper tiger, real tiger is a scary thing, but a paper tiger looks like a tiger, but might scare you, but in reality
it's not doing anything.
It's just a facade and there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, no,
I would say we are in the top percentiles of African economies.
In Uganda?
Yeah, I would say out of the big economies.
The economy is
doing wonderfully.
It's doing wonderfully.
Money will come.
Money will come.
So,
colleagues.
No, now let me tell you, like I don't think limited resources should justify corruption.
They don't justify.
That corruption should be done because even if we live with this money, so like what you're saying is similar to us health professionals. You can be on board, then you have a patient whom you know very well the disease he or she has to kill that patient, but then it doesn't mean you will speed up the death because that even if I do what is going to die.
It's going to die, then you're like, why can't I just strangle?
But I know in medicine you have that concept.
Do know how
euthanizing people, eh? But leave that as.
We don't have it in Uganda.
But leave that as.
So
I want strangle babies.
I want to euthanize the country. Anyway, that aside. No, that aside, I'm not justifying it, but in my opinion, you guys are leaders, and possibly maybe in the future you'll be politicians, but I find that in our current crop of politicians, a lot of the time, they focus on pointing out the other guy's mistakes, or the other guy attacks the other guy in this way, this and that, back and forth, but you find no one offering a fundamental solution, a nice plan which will get the country from A to B. Leave alone recrimination and all that. That's the only thing. That's
because of time, we are going to give like one view and we close this.
You said we are good at pointing out the bad in the other things. So I feel like we've mostly pointed out the bad of the USAID cut. How about we talk about the good?
The good of the cut.
Yes.
Okay, the good. Maybe we will learn some self-sufficiency, but I chose to take the devil's advocate route since